Imagine a world of chaos, where empires rise and fall with the swing of a sword, where one man's decision could redraw the map of entire continents. Welcome to the incredible saga of history's most powerful kings, rulers who didn't just wear crowns, but reshaped the very fabric of our world. Their names echo through time, their actions still influencing how we live, speak, and think today. From vast empires to unbreakable legacies, let's dive into the lives of the top 10 kings who changed the world forever. Buckle up, because this journey through history is going to blow your mind. Let's start with number 10, Harald Hardrada, the last true Viking king. Picture a fierce warrior, a man who lived for battle and conquest. Harald ruled Norway with an iron fist, leading raids that struck fear into the hearts of his enemies. He was the ultimate Viking, hungry for gold, land, and glory. In the year 1066, he made a bold move to claim England. But his defeat at the Battle of Stamford Bridge marked the end of the Viking era in Europe. Yet, even in defeat, his influence lingered. The Vikings, under kings like Harald, shaped the English language with words we still use today, and their trade routes laid the groundwork for European economies. Harald's story reminds us that even the end of an era can leave a lasting mark on the world. Coming in at number 9 is Alfred the Great, often called the Father of England. Before Alfred, England wasn't a single nation. It was a patchwork of small kingdoms, constantly under attack by Viking invaders. But Alfred wasn't just a king. He was a visionary. He united these scattered lands, fought off the Vikings, and built a sense of national identity that still defines England today. He didn't stop there. Alfred introduced new laws, rebuilt schools to spread education, and even created the first real English navy to protect his shores. Without Alfred, there might not be a united kingdom as we know it. His reign, back in the late 8th and early 9th centuries, proves that true greatness isn't just about winning battles. It's about building something that lasts. At number 8, we have Charlemagne, the king who hit the reset button on Europe. When Charlemagne took the throne in the late 8th century, Western Europe was a mess, divided and weak after the fall of the Roman Empire. But this king had a bigger dream. He united much of the region under his rule, creating an empire that stretched across what is now France, Germany, and Italy. He wasn't just a conqueror, he was a reformer. Charlemagne brought back learning by building schools, standardized laws to bring order, and promoted Christianity across his lands. His empire laid the foundation for modern Europe, inspiring the idea of unity that we still chase today. Charlemagne didn't just rule. He reprogrammed an entire continent for centuries to come. Number 7 takes us to the Byzantine Empire with Basil II, known as the Unbreakable. Basil wasn't the kind of king who sought fame or flashy titles. He was all about results. Ruling in the late 10th and early 11th centuries, he expanded Byzantine power by crushing every enemy who dared to challenge him. His military victories secured Eastern Europe, shaping the future of regions like Greece and the Balkans. Under Basil's iron rule, the Byzantine Empire reached a peak of strength it hadn't seen in hundreds of years. His story teaches us that sometimes the greatest kings aren't the ones with the loudest names, but the ones who simply never give up, no matter the odds. Now at number 6, we meet Richard the Lionheart, the crusader who became a medieval superstar. Richard, who ruled England in the late 12th century, wasn't the kind of king who stayed home managing his kingdom. He was a warrior through and through, spending much of his reign on the battlefield. Leading the Third Crusade, he fought to reclaim Jerusalem from Muslim control, earning respect even from his greatest enemy. Though he didn't win back the Holy City, his bravery and strategic genius made him a legend across the world. Even today, Richard's name is a symbol of courage and chivalry, reminding us of the power of reputation in shaping history. Speaking of Saladin, he takes the spot at number 5 as the warrior of Islam. In the 12th century, during the height of the Crusades, Saladin united Muslim territories at a time when division made them vulnerable. That was no small feat. He led his forces to recapture Jerusalem in 1187, dealing a major blow to the Crusaders. But what made Saladin truly remarkable was his honor. Even his enemies admired how he treated prisoners with fairness and respect. Saladin wasn't just a powerful king, he was a model of leadership, showing the world that greatness comes from integrity as much as from strength. At number 4, we have a name that strikes both awe and fear: Genghis Khan, the king who connected the world. Born in the late 12th century, Genghis wasn't born into royalty. He started as a nomad, uniting the Mongol tribes through sheer will and ruthless determination. What he built was staggering: the largest land empire in history, stretching over millions of square kilometers across Asia and into Europe. But Genghis didn't just conquer. He created systems. He established the Silk Road as a major trade route, allowing ideas, goods, and even diseases to spread faster than ever before. His innovations in warfare, like using fast-moving cavalry, changed how battles were fought. Whether you see him as a hero or a villain, there's no denying that Genghis Khan's impact on globalization, communication, and culture still echoes in our modern world. Number 3 brings us to Mansa Musa, the richest man in history, ruling the Mali Empire in West Africa during the 14th century. Mansa Musa controlled gold mines that supplied half the world's gold at the time. His wealth was unimaginable. Some estimate it would be worth hundreds of billions of dollars today. But what makes him a world changer isn't just his money, it's what he did with it. On his famous pilgrimage to Mecca, he gave away so much gold that he accidentally crashed the economy of cities he passed through. More importantly, he put West Africa on the global map. He built universities and libraries in Timbuktu, turning it into a center of knowledge that drew scholars from far and wide. Mansa Musa's reign shows that wealth, when used wisely, can build power and influence that outlasts any treasure. At number 2, we have Mehmed the Conqueror, the king who ended an era. In the year 1453, Mehmed II, ruler of the Ottoman Empire, did what many thought was impossible. He conquered Constantinople, a city that had stood as an impenetrable fortress for over 1,000 years. Using gunpowder and massive cannons, he shattered the walls that had protected the Byzantine capital, marking the end of the Middle Ages and the rise of the Ottoman Empire. This victory didn't just change a city, it changed history itself. The fall of Constantinople shifted trade routes, spread new military technology, and signaled the dawn of a new age. Mehmed's ambition didn't just end one chapter of history, it started another. Finally, at number 1, we crown Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. In the 3rd century before Christ, China wasn't a unified nation. It was a collection of warring states locked in endless conflict. Qin Shi Huang changed all that. Through sheer force and brilliant strategy, he united these states into a single empire, creating the idea of one China that still defines the nation today. But his vision went beyond borders. He standardized writing, weights, and measures, making communication and trade easier across his vast land. He also began construction of the Great Wall, a structure stretching over thousands of kilometers to protect his empire from invaders. Though his rule was harsh, his innovations laid the foundation for a powerful, unified China that influences the world even now. If there were a scoreboard for changing history, Qin Shi Huang would be at the very top. These 10 kings lived centuries, even millennia ago, but their shadows stretch into our present. Think about it. The borders of nations we see on maps, the languages we speak, the religions we follow, and the trade systems that drive our economies all trace back to decisions made by these rulers. Harald Hardrada's Viking legacy lingers in our words. Alfred the Great's vision gave us a united England. Charlemagne's empire inspired modern Europe. Basil II's strength secured the east. Richard the Lionheart and Saladin showed us the clash and respect of cultures during the Crusades. Genghis Khan connected continents. Mansa Musa proved the power of wealth and knowledge. Mehmed the Conqueror ended an age with a single battle. And Qin Shi Huang built the idea of a unified nation that still stands strong. Their stories aren't just dusty pages in a history book. They're the foundation of the world we live in. Every time we cross a border, trade goods across oceans, or speak words shaped by ancient tongues, we're walking in the footsteps of these kings. History isn't something locked in the past. It's alive in every corner of our lives, in the streets we walk, the laws we follow, and the ideas we hold dear. These rulers didn't just change their time, they changed ours. So, the next time you look at a map or hear a story of conquest and glory, remember these names. They're not just kings, they're the architects of everything we know.